Hey guys, welcome back. Let's continue the Java 8 part 4, I guess, and we'll continue this. So now the first question we have here that what are the main differences between the legacy datetime APIs in Java and the datetime API of Java 8? So let's discuss. We see the old APIs were not thread safe. However, the new 8 datetime APIs are thread safe, so it's a good thing. Old API has many mutable objects. What is a mutable object? It means you can change its value in the memory, and all those things are there. New Java 8 APIs are based on immutable objects. That's why if there's any program which are taking the value of these things, they have to take it from the memory, and that will be the one place of the value, right? And simple performance can be the one. Uh, and this is not readable, maintainable. The new API is very well designed and more readable. Then the old APIs have the month values from 0 to 11. That means January will be 0 and December will be 11. That doesn't sound so good, right? So the new API from months will be first for January and 12 for December. So now the question arises is how can we get duration between two dates or time in Java 8? So we have a method called duration dot between date 1 and date 2 to get the time in period, hour, minutes, or days. Okay, so that can be used. So it's a good thing, right? Now, the next question is what is the new method family introduced in Java 8 for processing of arrays on multi-core machines? So the method is called as parallel. Okay, so we can set arrays dot parallel, set all or arrays dot parallel sort. Okay, so this parallel set of methods, what it will do, it will actually give your arrays to process parallelly. Okay, so it will help you in this fashion. Okay, so now how does Java 8 solve the diamond problem of multiple inheritance? Okay, you know why the classes cannot extend one or more class, right? Because we have a problem. And that's why interface has unimplemented methods and all those things, right? So you can implement the method and that's okay. So now, uh, consider a following problem here, right? You have a base interface who has a display method that's a void. Now your interface base 2 will also extend. So base 1 will extend base interface, same thing. Base 2 will extend base interface. So that means they both will have a default void display method. Now the public class, the child class will implement the base 1 and base 2. So in this case, in the above code, the child class will actually give a compile error, right? So Java compiler cannot decide actually which display method it should invoke. Got it? So what it will do is to solve this problem, Java 8 has given the following remedy. So it's the same thing. When the child class will implement B or C, so it will call that whose display method it has to take. That's where we can actually stop the diamond problem. Okay, same thing here also. Now, what are the differences between predicate, supplier, and consumer in Java 8? So that is one of the question I generally ask because a lot of Java 8 questions are written by some upper level people and child I'm saying. The developers tend to vocalize on that we have developed. So that's where we can actually catch them that if they have a robust knowledge or not. So suppose predicate is actually it will give you a boolean value that one and say oh, it will give you a result in one. It will take one argument and give a result. Supplier will not take any argument and will give a result. Consumer is basically it will consume argument and it will result no. It will no result. Sorry, it will return no results. Right. Sorry for this fumble. So now the next is it possible to have default method definition in an interface without marking it with default keyword? See, any implemented method, it can either be a default with the help of default keyword, or it can either be a static. Okay, between that nothing is there, and apart from that also nothing is there. It will be all unimplemented methods, right? So can we create a class that implements two interfaces with default methods of the same name and signature? You know you have to call the super method, right? Otherwise, you will get a compile time error for duplicate default methods. So how does Java 8 supports multiple inheritance? So in multiple inheritance, what we can do, we can actually inherit behavior from more than one parent class. Before that, it is not possible. Now we can use interfaces which can behave like an abstract class with the help of default and static methods, and then we can call the super method of those the class interface we want to implement. Now, in case we create a class that extends a base class and implements an interface, and if both base class and interface have a default method with same name and same argument, then which definition will be picked by JVM? It will be of the base class. And then if we, next question is, and the last question is, if we create same method and define it in a class, in its parent class, and in an interface implemented by the class. Okay, class, parent class, base class. Okay, so then definition will be invoked if we access it using the reference or of interface and the object of a class, which will be used. See, the first one calling is the class, so it will be the class method which will be invoked. So it's basically class then interface. Okay, simple. I'll continue this in tomorrow's session. And till then, bye bye. Have a good night. Take care.